Today on What's Happening in Waupaca, we'll learn more about some summer reading programs at the Waupaca Area Public Library, meet Waupaca's newest City Council member. We're going to visit the Shambeau Quarry and learn its historical significance. Find out about some EAA-worthy events coming soon to the Waupaca Airport and feature the Pet of the Month. I'm Joni Kern, and this is What's Happening in Waupaca. Abrahamson here from the library. It is always so good to see you.
Hi, Joni.
Hi.
Good to see you too. It's been a while.
It has been too long.
Yeah.
So we're going into summer again.
Oh, and it's our favorite time of year at the library.
Why?
Because it's so busy.
It's got all kinds of kids here?
Exactly. Not just kids, just general people. I love the library in the summertime.
Yeah.
You know, in a community like ours, summer learning takes place in places like the rec center. They've got great programs, but the library is one of the best places for summer learning.
Well, you guys always have something going on for the summer. So this year's program, Every Hero Has a Story. Mm-hmm. So you said that we, as readers and as community members, should honor our heroes this summer.
Exactly. And we have lots of heroes to recognize. There's local heroes, there's heroes from history. Of course, kids will always mention the superheroes and the sports heroes, and that's great. But we also need to talk about what's inside every one of us, that there's a hero within all of us. And every hero has a story to tell, and we're going to try and get those stories out this summer.
That's one of the things that really interested me before we started talking about this on air, is that part of this is to find the hero within us. Mm-hmm. Because I do think we all are. Mm-hmm. But we don't tend to recognize ourselves.
Right. And it's good to think about those times when sometimes it's a split minute decision about whether you should help someone or not help someone, and that makes you a hero if you choose to do it, you know, and trying to get kids and everybody, teenagers and adults, to be selfless in the way they think about themselves. So we've got lots of programs that talk about that. Also fun ones, like there's a great activity in the exhibit room at the library every week, and you can go in a phone booth and put a cape on and become the superhero you've always wanted to be. So.
Oh, is that cool? And you have sleepovers for my stuffed animals, and you have a bubbleologist. I'm going to make you check that out on the website. You have all kinds of stuff going on. You also have something, another thing that's very near and dear to my heart.
Oh, good.
Is veterans.
Exactly.
So tell me about that program.
Well, when we were talking with Jesse Cuff, our county veteran services agent, we were talking about ways that we could honor our veterans, and he brought up a lot of ways that we could bring kids together with veterans. But he also mentioned the Old Glory Honor Flight, which is the Northeast Wisconsin nonprofit organization that takes veterans for the one-day trip of a lifetime. It's a whirlwind day. They pick them up at the Appleton Airport and they whisk them off to Washington, D.C. so they can see the national monuments that have been erected in their memory or their honor. Mm-hmm. And then on the way back, they have on the airplane what's called a mail call, and they get mail from people. So at the library this summer, we're challenging 100 families to take the Old Glory Honor Flight Challenge by visiting 3 places in our community where there are veteran monuments and answering, like a scavenger hunt, 9 questions.
Okay.
And if they can answer those 9 questions, and I can even tell you where those places are. The VFW post on Industrial Drive, there's a monument at Lakeside Cemetery, and then of course our veterans home. King has one of the 3 veterans homes in the state. Mm-hmm. So if you go to those places with your family and you answer the 9 questions, and number 10 on the scavenger hunt is to write a card for mail call for a veteran on their way home from the flight.
And you know, I'll tell you how much that means, because my next door neighbor's dad served in World War II, and they sent him on the honor flight. It was either last summer or the summer before. And so she asked all of her friends and neighbors to write letters, but it just meant the world to him to be able to go out to Washington, D.C. and see that, because these are people, especially the World War II vets, that simply would probably not be able to make that trip on their own.
And now they're taking Korean War vets and Vietnam War vets. And there's a trip in June, and there's one again in September. And it costs $500 to send one veteran.
Yes, it does.
So our goal is to raise $500 this summer to send one veteran on this trip.
And we will check in with you in the fall, because I know we'll have made that happen.
Oh, I know we will too. It's a great honor.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Sue, for being here.
Thanks, Joni.
We're going to see you sooner next time.
All right.
All right. Next, we are going to meet our newest city council member, Chuck Whitman.
The Revival in downtown Waupaca prides themselves in providing above and beyond customer service. From small to tall, women of any age can consider the Revival your professional personal stylist, helping you find the right outfit for any occasion, weddings, senior pictures, or even a special night out. The Revival also specializes in home decor with a large selection and variety of items to choose from, including art from local Waupaca artists. The Revival, 111 West Fulton Street across from Farmer State Bank, downtown Waupaca. For more information, call 715-281-5100 or find them on Facebook. The Revival, home, art, and fashion.
We have Chuck Whitman, who is, I'm going to call you the newest city council member. We just went through this a minute ago. But you are actually returning to the city council, so we'll get into that. But it's nice to meet you.
Hi.
Thanks for being on the show.
No problem.
Now, this is actually your 4th term.
Yes.
On city council.
Yes.
You had 3 earlier terms.
Yes, 2000, 2006.
And so then you took some time off.
Yes.
And you came back.
Sure.
Why?
Well, I retired a year ago, and I just needed something to do, and I thought I enjoyed doing it the first 3 terms, and I thought I'd come back, try it again.
Cool. What'd you retire from?
I worked County Highway Department for 37 years.
Oh, here in Waupaca?
Yes.
Now, you're born and raised in Waupaca, right?
Yes.
Cool. So there's a ton of family here.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about, I mean, I'm familiar kind of with city council and what you do, but I think to have served for a while and then have taken some time off to finish your career and come back interests me, because I would assume then that you feel like your time was well spent while you were on council.
I hope it was. I hope people enjoyed having me represent them and all that stuff, or they appreciated what I helped them do.
So when you look back at all of those years, was there one highlight, one thing that you particularly enjoyed?
All of it. There was not one specific thing, I would say. So.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, Chuck.
Thank
It's
you.
good to have
Thank
you.
you.
We'll look forward to seeing you at the city council meeting.
No problem.
I'll
be there.
Sounds good. Next, we are going out to the Shambeau Quarry.
Welcome to the Waupaca Area Public Library. At our library, we have programs for all ages, starting at birth to adult and beyond. In our children's department, your children may attend Children's Story Time, or for your really young child, we have Baby Garden. The teen room is for teens from grade 6 through high school, and we provide lots of services and programs in that room as well. We're not just about books. We have DVDs, we have music, we have puzzles, and we have lots of space for community activities. We have meeting rooms for public use, and our Winchester Academy of Waupaca uses our meeting rooms almost every Monday night. Every month, the exhibit room hosts a fun and interactive or educational exhibit. The exhibits are free, open to the public, and geared towards all ages. They're open during regular library hours. You can enter our building and use our internet computers, or you can bring your own device and use our free Wi-Fi. Our friendly staff is available to assist you with all of your information needs at the information desk or at the main desk. There is staff in every department during our open hours. One of our newest services is ebooks and downloadable audiobooks. You can access them through InfoSoup, our online catalog. Our catalog has materials from all 50 libraries in our consortium, and you can reach our catalog at infosoup.org from any internet computer. The library has plenty of great books, but so much more to offer. So stop down at your Waupaca library today.
If you'd like to be a guest on What's Happening Waupaca, contact Josh at 715-258-4405 or email jwerner@cityofwaupaca.org. Full details at wintvwaupaca.com.
We are here at the Waupaca Quarry talking with Mike, who's part of the Historical Society. We met you a couple of months ago when we talked about the railroad depot, and I have never been back here, so it's going to be really fun to hear about the history of this place.
Well, the quarry here, this trail is actually part of my being involved with the River Ridge Trail Group, so I'm involved with both those groups. And back in 2000, the Shambeau family owned this quarry, this place, and they donated it to the city of Waupaca for a park. And I was at one of the River Ridge Trail meetings, and they were talking about what to do with the quarry. So, of course, I spoke up and said I'd be interested in working on it. My family, my great-great-grandparents and great-grandparents actually owned this property as part of their farm in the 1800s.
Wow!
Yeah, so as an extra special meaning to me. So we got several of us in the River Ridge Trail Group decided to put these trails around here. There were existing trails that were like right at the edge of the quarry and up and down the rocks and stuff, not anything real safe for a family or whatever to go on. But we wanted to keep the quarry as natural as possible. At least that's my idea.
Well, it's nice to have this, to be so close to town and to have it truly be an outdoor space that is natural.
Yeah, we did put in we put limestone gravel down, and then put screenings on top so we'd have a nice base to walk on. Or even if somebody had a wheelchair or something like that, we wanted to make it accessible for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, you told me that this place started in 1899, correct?
That's when it was bought by a company to do the granite quarrying here in 1899. And by early February of 1900, they had put up a crushing tower. And I was reading in the newspaper from 1900, it said it would puzzle a tornado to get the crushing tower down. It was built so strongly. Well, a couple weeks later in the paper, there was another article said they had loaded it with 600 tons of granite, and the whole thing came crushing down.
Oh no!
So it didn't last very long. So then it wasn't in operation again until 1905, and then it ran for 10 years, and they had another large crushing tower here. What they did mainly, besides making the crushed granite, the gravel, was they made pavers for streets, and they shipped them all over. It was a big industry for a short time in Waupaca. Those pavers would go to Chicago and various places.
Now, this place doesn't look all that big. I think I expected it to be larger than this.
Well, I suppose back then it was a lot of hand operations and stuff. It's not huge operations like today.
Well, that's true. Is there still a lot of granite around here?
Well, the quarry is actually at the edge of a 3,600 square mile area of granite called the Wolf River Batholith. That's why the waterfalls in Waupaca goes off the edge of the Batholith. We're right on the edge of that.
Oh.
There's another quarry just outside of town between Waupaca and Scandinavia, and that's where they made polished granite. There's 32 big pillars in the state capitol rotunda. As you look down each corridor, there's these huge granite pillars, and those came from that quarry.
Oh, that's kind of fun. So this quarry is, it's accessible by the River Ridge Trail, but it also, you come in behind Shambeau Park, correct?
Yeah, the Shambeau Park sign is out there by the road. You can see it. And then you park up there, and then you have to walk down just a short distance down to the quarry.
So while we're here enjoying the River Ridge Trail, then we need to go because the train depot is just up the hill from here.
Yeah, it is. And along with the access from the parking lot right here, we made another separate trail that goes over to the depot. It's 2/10 of a mile from the depot down to where we're standing right now.
So we could make it an entire family day and come down here.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun. This place is used quite often. I see people here pretty frequently.
That's wonderful. You know what? I didn't know this place existed until today. So thanks for introducing it to us, Mike.
Oh, really? You didn't? It's been around for the local people. A lot of kids have came here over the years, swimming and fishing and all that.
I would have been swimming in here if I'd have grown up in Waupaca, I'll tell you that.
Probably so.
Well, thanks for joining us again, and I'm sure we will see you some point in the future.
Okay, you're welcome.
Whether enjoying a day of flying, group gatherings, one of 50 Cherokee Oshkosh or EAA professional pilots, supporting the community, our local businesses, aviation groups, and pilots of the future, we are the Waupaca Municipal Airport at Brunner Field.
Next, we have Pete Anderson from the Waupaca Airport. Welcome, Pete.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. We are going to talk about EAA, which is coming up right around the corner. What are the dates of it?
It's July 20th through the 26th.
Not all that far away at all.
Not at all.
And the Waupaca Airport, and I found this out a year or two ago, you actually are pretty involved with EAA and some activities beforehand.
Yeah, we sure have. Over the last 5 years or so, we've really grown with that.
Yeah, so what are you doing this year?
Well, the week before EAA, I'll have up to 50 Cherokee aircraft out there, which would be about 100 people. And they spend the whole week prior to EAA in Waupaca and stay in our hotels and use our restaurants. And what they do is they go through flight training for a full week. And then on the Saturday before EAA, they leave en masse. So you'll have anywhere from 35 to 50 airplanes taking off in a stream, and off to Oshkosh they go.
Now, they were here last year.
This is actually going to be their 6th year.
6th year.
Since
So if
we
we saw it
started
last year, if we missed it last year, we need to see it this year.
Yep, and one thing they did is they used to leave on Friday about 10, 11 o'clock. They actually postponed that now until Saturday because so many people have come out to watch them do it.
Great.
Yeah.
Plus you have, and I just found this out, you've got a couple of bombers coming in this year.
We've got a pretty neat activity going on this year. Again, the week before EAA, we're having a performer coming over from Europe. He's a world-known glider pilot, and it'll be the first time that he's ever performed in the United States. So he has to get FAA clearance and approval before he can fly at a show. So for the week before EAA, he will be out at the airport every day practicing and having the FAA out there to approve him for the show the following week.
So we could go out there before EAA and watch it then.
You're going to pretty much have EAA at our place for a little bit.
Hey, that sounds like fun.
When you had asked about the bombers, this will be the first year that we're actually going to do this, and it's with regards of building it up each year after this. But the Monday, Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday of the first days of the show, out at Waupaca Airport, we'll have 60 warbirds, P-51s, T-6s, all the stuff that went through the war, World War II, Korea and Vietnam. And we'll also have anywhere from 2 to 4 bombers out there. Their plan is to be there for throughout the day. They're going to use our facility for their headquarters, and then they'll be performing their flights over Waupaca.
Wow, how fun. And for those of us that haven't seen some of the planes that were used in some of those wars, it'd be really neat to be able to go out and see them close up.
Yeah, of course, at my age, I think, you know, when I was a kid, they were almost new airplanes, it seems like. But yeah, the planes are getting, you know, 60, 70 years old, and there's, you know, the limitations are starting to come on. There's not that many out and flying anymore. So to see something like this is really incredible and have it in our backyard.
So if I want to, Pete, find out what's going on at the airport, is there somewhere that I can find out that information? Or do I just come out to the airport with my tent and just camp out for a week?
Well, that's one thing about aviation. We're on a schedule, and if you have time to burn, fly, you never know what the weather's going to bring us or what their schedules are going to happen to change. So it really is the best way to know if anything's happening. You'll hear it up in the air and run right out to us, being that, you know, we're pretty close to everything.
Other than that, you guys are so friendly out there. I mean, I can just stop out and talk to anybody, and
We are still a friendly airport. A lot of the bigger airports, and people think of an airport as a place now that's fenced in and all the security and all the things they have to go through. We do keep a close eye on who's on the airport, who comes and goes, but we are a friendly airport, and we actually encourage people to come out with their kids and watch this stuff.
And not only, I mean, not only would seeing it, actually seeing the planes fly be neat, but it is just as much fun to see them actually on the ground and to be able to talk to pilots. So we need to stop out there. It's a week before EAA.
Right.
So terrific. Thanks, Pete.
Yep. And one other thing I'm going to pop at you, though, about every evening starting at 3 o'clock during the week of the show, we have the photo group out from EAA. So Waupaca gets the best of the best and the one of the kinds that fly in to do all their photo shoots at the airport and over our area in our lakes for all their magazines, catalogs, and promos.
Terrific.
So I just wanted to throw that at you because there's some things in there you can't believe when you see them.
All right, cool to know.
Right.
Thanks, Pete.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you being here. We'll look forward to seeing you.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Next, we will have Monica Gardner and the Pet of the Month.
Like the City of Waupaca on Facebook. This is a great way to keep in touch with the City of Waupaca and communicate back to us. The City of Waupaca Facebook page keeps you informed about city services, upcoming events, alerts, helpful reminders, and even some nice pictures from around the city. Go ahead and like the City of Waupaca on Facebook. Find us at facebook.com/City of Waupaca.
have Monica Gardner from the Humane Society of Waupaca County with our Pet of the Month. And this month we have Domino. Correct?
Domino. Yes.
He is how old?
Good question. Probably 4.5 months.
He's a little ticklish too. And he wants to get out of your arm and go roaming around. So he's waiting to be adopted.
He is. He was raised in one of our foster homes. His mother came in and gave birth within like 2 days of arriving at our shelter. So she was very lucky that she had a nice warm place to be, because 4 months ago it wasn't so nice outside. And so he was raised at one of our foster homes, and he's the last one in the litter now, waiting to go home.
He is beautiful. Oh, he's got a little white tummy too, which is really neat.
He's very affectionate.
Yeah. What can you tell me about, because we're getting into kitten season here where you guys are absolutely inundated. We need to fix them.
Yes. And please, please, if you find a stray cat that you think is fat or pregnant, don't wait until it has kittens before you decide to do something about it. So, you know, depending on where you live, we may or may not be able to help you, but we can probably at least refer you to someplace else that can.
And if you're not able, if it's not a stray cat, he likes your microphone.
Yeah.
Look at there. He's playful, but that's what a kitten is supposed to be. If you can't take the stray, because you're fairly limited on the areas, if it's not in Waupaca, then we need to do what to make sure you can?
Well, I don't know how you're going to make sure that we can, but if we can't take the stray cat, we usually direct you to call your town chairman and find out what they do in their township, if anything. And if they don't do anything, then you need to talk to them about how you would like for them to do something.
Put something together.
Yes.
Because we don't need we don't need animals that aren't going to be taken care of.
Correct.
Out on the streets,
Right.
whether it's summer or winter.
Right.
So, thanks for the tips, Monica. Thanks for being here. We'll see you again next month.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for What's Happening in Waupaca. With all the things going on in the Waupaca area, we would love to have you on the show to promote your organization or upcoming events. Give Josh a call, 715-258-4405 to get your slot reserved.